Hello, my name is Dr. Julio Cicava with Change MFCR, and I am in New York City.
Okay, so tell me, how was this experience coming back home?
Coming back home was, I don't know, it was like so many feelings, right? Because of the reason I came here. It was very emotional to see my own neighborhoods, see where I struggled, and where I fought so hard to come up out of. But it was also like inspiring, like to go and teach at this place that's doing so much for children like me. I've been a ball of emotions because I got to see my own neighborhood. You see, something that I've always wanted to do ever since I started speaking, and it started going, I always wanted to like go into my neighborhood where I grew up, where I know that there's children like me that are trying to look for hope or wanting to do more with their lives. And I never thought it would happen, but it happened. And this literally was like 3 blocks away from where I lived when I was there. And I met some beautiful people, people that are fighting really hard to help these children and giving them a safe place. That's what it was. That's the feeling I didn't know how to explain about this place. This place called FYI Fresh Youth Initiative. And they have this building, and this building is just full of art, it's full of things for them to do. And I went to talk to their summer camp program, and I don't know, it was just, I don't even know how to put it in words. That's kind of the problem I'm having. I don't know how to put it in words because it was inspiring to see that there are people in there doing the work that it takes, that these children, they were so receptive about talking about purpose and talking about goal setting, and they were so receptive, and it was such a positive experience, well, at least for me. And they gave me a tour of the facility, and it was a group of young ladies, and they gave me a tour of this facility, and to see the ownership they took of the place was amazing. Because what if I would have had that place? If I would have had that place, I would have got to where I was going faster. They have a lot of support people that really care, and just had a meeting with one of them this morning, and we're definitely gonna expand on seeing where I can help, because it was amazing to see this, that in my neighborhood there was a safe haven for children that used to be like me. I don't know if that came out right, but I hope it got across. I'm overwhelmed with it to come back home as a different person. It does different things. I got to come back with the future my past would have never imagined possible. And I don't want to take all the credit, because this has to do with the people that support me back home in Florida with our agency. This has to do with support from my wife and believing that this is important. It has to do with even my daughter that came with us, or my children that keep pushing me with their children. It's like a combination of things. And I came here not knowing what to expect. I didn't want to come, right? Because I was scared of the long trip, but now I know why I came. And sometimes we got to get up out of our own ways, and we have to expand, and we have to look at what we didn't know we wanted to see in order to get a taste of what it could be. And that's exactly what happened to me here today. And I don't know, New York is something else. It's a different place, and I'm definitely going to come back home more often. And I look forward to seeing these children that are in this program flourish, because that's their flourishing. They were happy. They were active in activities. They were focused. I remember one of the questions, and I always ask this when talking about the dream at any event. I tell people, raise your hand if you have a dream. Usually everybody raises their hand, but the next question, and this question lets me know how much I have teach about dreams is raise your hands if you believe your dreams are possible. And I'm telling you, it's usually there's a few that would raise their hands, but they all raise their hands. Like they had hope. They knew their dreams were possible. Because actually when they were talented, they knew they were talented. They knew they're special no matter what was going on around them. And they were really inspiring. There's so much for me today. This week, and then going to this coffee shop and meeting with one of the people that are making it happen, which we have an interview set up, a podcast interview for next week. Hearing how she's a social worker, hearing how invested she is, and all the ideas and them, the innovations they're trying to come up with to give these kids more, is inspiring. And I was just happy that I got the opportunity to see it. It does show me that the world has become a better place because this is the programs they have set up for children like me.
So how was it for you being there and talking to the kids about something you're so passionate about, leadership, and seeing the little yous there in that place? How was that for you?
The feeling of being there and talking to these kids, it was a little weird, right? It was a little bit because I don't know, when I looked at them, I saw me. They looked just like that was me. It was me. It was me. They looked just like I used to look. And they have a whole room set up, and I remember as I was like talking to them, standing up, and I look out at the windows and see my own neighborhood, I lost myself a little bit. I couldn't believe that's what was going on. I couldn't believe that's where I was. I couldn't believe that I was talking to the millions. I felt inspired and honored that they would listen. Honored that they sat there to see what I had to offer. Honored that they're interested in leadership. Because they're the ones that are going to change the world. There's so much talent in that neighborhood, in those neighborhoods, and it goes undiscovered. It took me so long to discover mine. But they're going to discover theirs for sure because of the support they have there. So yeah, it felt beautiful. It didn't feel real. I felt like I was in a dream, and I loved it.
How was it for you to see so much support in that building? Like, it was genuine people that cared in there. How was that for you?
Motivated. I'm motivated to see that they have that they now have the support they deserve. Real support. This building is beautiful. It was. I just couldn't believe that this building is where I used to live. That's not what I remember. I don't remember hope. I don't remember support. I don't remember that. But they have it, and they have a chance to become anything, everything they want to be because of this support. It was beautiful to see these people care about what they don't have to care. It's more than a job. So everyone in that building, everyone I met in that building is there because they want to make it happen. They want to make an impact. They want to give hope, and they want to control the future by developing these children that need the development. So it was very motivating to me. It gave me a lot of hope. Now we're living in this world where everybody's like scared of what's going to happen, or scared of the future. But seeing the support that these children have right in their doorstep tells me, with what I know now, how important support is, that a lot of great things are going to come out of that neighborhood because of these children, because of the support they're getting.
Okay, so now you were in your neighborhood. Tell me how it felt to be walking, driving, being there.
And as we passed by PS28, my school, and past IS 136, and past my neighborhoods, I became very emotional. I don't know, all the flashbacks of these memories that I had there, good and bad, all mixed together, and like just the moment that I was staring through the window of a car and looking, it was like looking at my past actively happening. And it was a great opportunity to see that. It was a great opportunity to help me see that I've come a long way. You know, we get so lost sometimes in working on ourselves, and when we get there, we forget, right? We forget all the little things we overcame, all the little things we've done to get here, and being able to drive in that neighborhood and then walk in that neighborhood as we did. It reminded me that I worked so hard on myself, you know, and I did it with the lack of belief, because I didn't have that support. You know, I didn't have people that told me you can do it until I got older. My wife, as everybody knows, didn't have that. In fact, that's like I was telling her, like, I don't believe, when I was looking, I couldn't believe it. I did it. I kept doing it. I kept working on myself, even though it seemed like it wasn't going to work. Even though it seemed that I would never change enough to make a difference for me, let alone anyone else. And looking at the neighborhood, and I see that most of it is the same, right? Most of it, you see that most of it is the same, but I'm not. And I was able to change and overcome that. There's no words, but it was crazy. It was very crazy.
So if you could talk to the little Julio that walked through those streets something years ago, what would you tell him?
I could talk to the little Julio that was walking those streets all those years ago. It's like, don't just stay. You're gonna, like, they're really hope you're gonna make it. Just keep going and stop listening to the people that are telling you it's not possible, because they don't know what they're talking about. If I would have known that all of that negativity or all of the doubt that was coming my way as growing up, if I would have known that they're liars, because that's what they are, they're all liars. Because the truth is that it's up to you. I told you, just go and be yourself, and don't stop no matter what, because I'm here watching little Julio. And as a different person, it's a person I never thought I could be. So I would tell them to not stop. And just fight as hard as possible to go after your dream, because it is possible.
For people that are in there and that they feel like giving up, what would you say to them now that you're here?
To not give up. If I could talk to anybody, which I did. I spoke to the people. If I could talk to people that live and are thinking about giving up, because, like I said, the neighborhood doesn't look like it's changed much, right? I would tell them to, but it's their choice to give up. It's their choice if they want to give up, but it's a choice. It's a choice. It's a choice if you do not, if you choose not to, tell you that you can change your world. I know I did. I did. And that was a choice. The day I decided, the day I chose to not give up, it was the best day of my life. But I didn't know it at that point. But yeah, don't give up, because it's all possible. I know it is, because I was able to look at through the window of the car service that picked us up and see the same place while I changed. It's possible.
People with trauma feel like they're never going to get out of it. They feel like their life will always be defined by that trauma. What do you think about that?
It will be defined. It will always be defined by the trauma, but you get to choose what it means. So for a long time, that trauma for me defined me in being a scared and a hopeless person. But as soon as I changed, like, my mindset of understanding that this traumas were just parts of my life that were not supposed to happen, but did, start to see the strengths from it, right? Because that's what, think about it, that's what brought me here today again, in a different perspective, right? But what brought me here today was the trauma I experienced. I came to talk to children in my neighborhood. That purpose I have passion for came from the trauma, but I'm just looking at the trauma a little bit different and understanding that it defines me as I want it to define me. And I have chosen for it to define me as a strong, powerful person that refuses to lose. And it's all because of the trauma that was given to me. So I would say you don't have to forget it, but you do have to choose on what to do with it. Now we're going to Brooklyn for Ati to go have fun at her concert. This has been a blast, and I'm going to come back a lot more. Thank you for joining us.